Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Fluctus Channel. When the most powerful political figure in the world gets on the road, he does so in style and safety. Most of the time, the US president doesn't have to deal with traffic like the rest of us. His official transport aircraft are incredible machines. These aircraft are the most well-maintained in the US military. Stay tuned as we look at the fascinating machines from which this head of state can choose during his travels. The helicopters that transport the US president are collectively known as Marine One. That's because Marine Helicopter Squadron 1, also known as HMX-1, runs and maintains them. The second reason is that any U.S. armed service that transports the president is used in the designation, followed by a 1. For example, when he flies in his presidential Boeing maintained by the U.S. Air Force, it is called Air Force One. The U.S. president is seen as a symbol of democracy. Therefore, his convenient and safe travel to meetings and engagements around Washington, D.C., statewide, and even worldwide is of paramount importance. Logistically, it's more difficult to travel by motorcade. Helicopters are faster. The presidential helicopters consist of VH-3D Sea Kings and VH-60N Whitehawks. These helicopters are VIP versions of the Sikorsky SH-3 Sea King and UH-60 Blackhawk, respectively. V-22 Ospreys are also utilized. They transport White House support staff, Secret Service, and media. Ospreys do not transport the U.S. president. These aircraft are also referred to as white tops because of their green and white livery. With these helicopters, the president can travel far and wide. Some visits include aircraft carriers. During presidential visits on aircraft carriers, the support staff, Secret Service, and other VIPs land first. Muster the Rainbow Side Boys is called when a distinguished visitor arrives by air. 2 of each colored jerseyed sailor stands opposite one another to respect the visitor. The president lands and alights from Marine One and is saluted while the Secret Service provides protection. The helicopter must also be protected, as it is the president's safe way off the ship. Secret Service forms a protective cordon around the helicopter. When the visit is concluded, the president is whisked away under Secret Service protection again. White tops rarely fly alone. They are usually flanked by 5 or 6 identical helicopters to put off would-be attacks. The accompanying helicopters are decoys, so that potential attackers don't know which aircraft to target. That is just one of many ways the U.S. president is safeguarded. The task of helicopter support teams, or HSTs, is to engage in all necessary activity in a helicopter landing zone, or LZ. It is made up of a group of 8 landing support Marines who are trained to prepare and hook up external loads to the hooks of military helicopters. Rotary wing aircraft can carry all kinds of gear to places that other vehicles can't reach because of the terrain. For example, it only takes a few minutes to fly communications equipment to the top of a mountain instead of a few hours to drive it there, if it could even be driven there at all. The HST is a valuable tool for the Marine Air Ground Task Force because it makes it easy to move gear and supplies quickly. Helicopters make life so much easier when it comes to support. Another way helicopters support operations is by employing Marine Scout snipers as aerial firing platforms. A Marine Corps Scout Sniper is a Marine who is very good at fieldcraft and shooting. He or she fires at priority targets from a long distance and from a hidden position or a helicopter to help with combat operations. Their tasks also include supporting combat operations by firing accurately at specific targets and the use and maintenance of the Scout Sniper's weapons and optical equipment. During training at sea, the Scout Sniper fires at targets such as empty ammunition crates dropped into the water or any other feasible floating target. The SR-25 sniper rifle is capable of firing 10 to 25 rounds at a semi-automatic rate. The helicopter sniper has to contend with the movement of the helicopter relative to the target, as well as vibration and wind speed of the helicopter. All of that makes their task very difficult. Because these helicopters operate mostly over water, it means that if they crash or make an emergency landing, it will be on the water. Therefore, helicopter crews usually undergo what's known as dunker training. This type of training prepares them to better handle crash landings that occur in the water. Dunker training is very intimidating. You have to be strapped into a seat inside of a specially made fuselage that resembles a helicopter, and then submerged in the water, often upside down.
Today we're doing what's known as dunker training. It's overwater survival training. It's also often referred to as helicopter overwater survival training or HOST. And it's to prepare us for, the unlikely event of having to land in the water, ditch our aircraft, get out safely.
To prevent emergency water landings, helicopters are well maintained. But when they are damaged, depot-level repairs become inevitable. By repairing the damaged aircraft in theater, many months are saved. It can take from 2 to 6 months to transport a damaged helicopter to the mainland, and then back to the theater of operations again.
Having the TASM-G in theater provides the Army the capability of depot-level repairs forward as close to the warfighter as possible, as opposed to evacuating the aircraft back to the States and wasting time, money, and effort.
Helicopters continue to play a frontline role in military settings all around the globe, whether transporting the President and his massive entourage or lending support to troops in the field. The timely maintenance of these machines will always be integral to the safe and successful completion of their important missions. That's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any of our new content. See you next time.